Okay, so it is officially the night before my dental implant surgery, and I am feeling a mix of nervous, excited, and honestly just very aware that this is really happening tomorrow. I've been talking about this for a while, planning it, preparing for it, but there is just something about the night before any procedure, any surgery, that just makes it feel very real. This is actually a really big part of my overall health journey, and not just aesthetically, but functionally, long term health, confidence, like everything really. And if you've been following me, you know that I've been really focused on doing things sustainable, intentional, not extreme, no shortcuts, but actually setting myself up for long term success. So I wanted to document this, not just for me, but for anyone else who might be going through something similar, because I feel like there's just not a lot of real, honest, start to finish experiences shared out there. So, yeah, I'll be honest, I am nervous. I think that's just natural. Again, anytime you're going into surgery, especially something like this where recovery is going to be a process, right? But yeah, at the same time, I'm also really excited to get through it, excited to heal, and excited to see the end results. And honestly, I'm just proud of myself for taking the step and for sharing it with you guys. So, preparation, one of the biggest things that has helped me is just feeling more in control and focusing on how I can prepare. So, last week I started making some intentional changes to my routine. First was I stopped my low dose aspirin and I paused my multivitamin. And that was really just to reduce any risk of bleeding or complications going into surgery. But I did continue taking like my core supplements, collagen, vitamin C, calcium, creatine. Those are all things that support recovery, tissue health, and strength. So it felt good continuing those leading up to surgery. I've also stayed really consistent with my workouts, and that was important to me, not because I needed to like push harder before surgery, but just because staying on top of my routine helps me feel grounded. So I've been lifting, I've been moving, I've been doing my normal thing. And I was thinking about it, and honestly, I might get up tomorrow morning and work out prior to surgery, get like one last one in before I'm not able to work out again for a little while. Um, and really not for intensity, just for mindset. Like maybe get up and do a core workout or a walking workout, something low impact, but just to get my body moving because I won't be moving it probably a whole lot over the next couple of days, especially. Um, I've also added something new into my routine a couple days ago. Um, I started using a recovery focused oral care system. I also added something new into my routine a few days ago. I started using a recovery focused oral care system. It's a rinse, a spray, and a gel designed to help reduce swelling, bruising, and support healing after surgery. I've been using it 3 times a day for the last 3 days after my normal dental routine. And I love that it's more of a natural, non toxic option, so I'm really curious to see how much of a difference it makes in my recovery. One thing I didn't want was to come out of surgery and feel like, okay, now what? So I've created a really simple plan for recovery. Very simple, very basic. First couple days, fluids, protein, rest, right? And just resuming my or continuing my normal prescription blood pressure medication. That's it. No overcomplicating, nothing like difficult, easy to remember. Then, depending on how I'm feeling around days 2 or 3, like if the bleeding is stopped and I'm healing well, I'll start reintroducing my collagen, my vitamin C, my calcium, and my creatine. And then around day 5, I'm actually going to switch over to a specialized high potency vitamin that is specifically designed for healing and bone support. It's by Stella Life. So I will take that through the recovery period and then transition back to my normal multivitamin after that. Um, so yeah, this is actually something I have been very intentional about. making sure that this surgery doesn't completely derail my overall health journey. Because in the past, I've had moments where something like this would have thrown me off. And it would take a long time to get back into that rhythm and that routine. And I've learned from the past, and that's how I'm able to maintain this time. And I want this time to be just that. I want it to be different. This is just a phase, right? It's just a temporary pause. It's not a reset. I've written about that on my Substack. I'm like not big on that whole reset or starting over mindset. It's all just a journey, and it's just part of the journey. Um, so yeah, tonight feels a little surreal. I'm a little anxious. I'm a little excited, and I'm definitely just ready to get to the other side of it. I'm going to be documenting this entire process. Obviously, I can't like record the surgery, but I will do what I can tomorrow to document stuff. And then I will document the recovery, what works, what doesn't, all of it. So if you are curious about dental implants or you're going through something similar, make sure you follow along. And if you've done this before yourself, like please drop me your best recovery tips in the comments. I will take all the advice I can get right now. So yeah, all right, surgery is tomorrow. Let's do this. Thank you.